It was good, potato. Spin the leak here, and I'm feeling action-packed because I just finished watching a Korean action movie that's a Netflix original, I think. It's called, Revenger. There's the shit for it right there. I'm gonna try to pronounce a couple of actors' names. Bruce Khan, Park Hee-soon, Yoon Jin. Yeah, I give up. Bottom line, that prison island, a cop whose family was murdered went to the island looking for the guy who did the entire thing. Okay, I can't. That's gonna fall. Goes to the island looking for the murderer of his wife and his child, and he beats his way through a bunch of baddies. This was a surprisingly gory movie, and I love the camera work. I don't typically use the term cinematography for action movies. It's more along the lines of camera work. Cinematography infers that there's some sort of art behind it. There's some sort of deeper meaning. There's some story being told through the camera lens itself. But with action movies, the camera is quite literally just following the action, and the camera work in this was phenomenal. I loved a good few scenes. Overall, the story was, kind of open-ended. You don't know if he goes there of his own accord, commits some sort of heinous crime to be sent there, to the whole prison island where everything's a living hell, or if he's sent there to execute this guy because somehow he survived drowning or some ridiculous shit. I don't care. I had fun with it. I do have two issues with this movie, and they are going to heavily affect my rating. My first issue is that the climax was somewhat underwhelming. The whole, final fight, hero versus villain, it was underwhelming. There was a lot of interesting techniques used. It was a fun fight to watch. It was almost like a chess match, and I can appreciate that. But when you go through the experience that this movie has been up until that point, after about an hour and a half, you see 10, 12 minutes left on the feed. That's a good 7-minute fight. And it was very slow paced. It was very methodical. It is not really what this movie was building up to, which brings me to my second issue. Your introduction to the character of Yul Kim, I think I said that name correctly. Your introduction to this character is him bound with a Hannibal Lecter-ass face mask, beating a group of baddies with nothing but his two legs and a couple of headbutts. Throughout the entire movie, this guy single-handedly takes out groups of opponents in increasingly creative and just devastating methods. When you blow your load at the beginning of the movie, there's really nothing to look forward to. If it had been a little slower paced, I know it's odd to say for an action movie, if the combat had actually built up and gotten more and more spontaneous and vicious, I could understand that. And I would be super stoked to see that final fight. But they blew their load within the first 10 seconds. I'm not calling again. Thank you. Thanks, that was fun. Let me walk you to the bus. That's kind of what this movie was to me. I really want to give it 4 potatoes. I really want to give it 5 potatoes. But it's going to be walking away with 3.5. I feel that this movie didn't live up to all it could be. But it was still an amazing experience. I would still rewatch it. I definitely recommend it to anyone who's interested. And I think my mother would probably check this out. Even though action's not really her thing. She's probably going to do it just because it's Korean. Like, comment, subscribe. Keep on keeping on. What were your thoughts on the movie? Post in the comments down below. Have you seen it? Have you not seen it? Give me your own review of it. Keep on keeping on.